Hey, what's up guys? Welcome to the Irate PlayHouse, and I am here with my very first movie review. And that movie is going to be the movie that really made me truly love film, which is Spider-Man 1, starring Tobey Maguire, Willem Dafoe, Kirsten Dunst, James Franco, Cliff Robertson, Rosemary Harris, and J.K. Simmons. And it was composed by Danny Elfman, and it made a really good box office amount. It made $821.7 million, which at the time was pretty record-breaking for like nearly any superhero film we've ever seen, even more than Batman way back in 1989. And it was directed by Sam Raimi, which before this he directed the Evil Dead series, which if I was the age I am now when this came out, I probably would have been like, nah, this isn't going to be good, because how could the guy who did the Evil Dead series truly do a really good Spider-Man movie? It just seemed a little out of place. But also, you got to remember the time when this movie came out. It came out April 30th, 2002, which was a handful of months after 9/11. And being a New Yorker, it was a pretty hard time, and I feel that this movie was really the movie we needed to, bring some hope back to this country after so many lives are lost and everything. But let's start talking about the movie. Just from the beginning of the film, the way it opened with Peter Parker chasing a bus was absolutely awesome. It gave you a great tone of how the movie was going to start, and it really portrayed the type of character you saw. You saw Peter just trying to, be noticed by people, and Tobey Maguire really did an excellent job at portraying this character. I mean, he looked the part, he sounded the part. It was awesome. I could not believe what a fantastic job he did. And also, I gotta commend Willem Dafoe for playing an amazing Green Goblin. When I saw him, turn into the Green Goblin for the first time, I completely lost it. I thought his face looked completely terrifying, even without the mask. Even though I gotta admit the outfit did kind of look like something out of Power Rangers, but that's okay. The next thing we gotta talk about is the fact that this movie was not completely focused on CGI. This movie did a great job at using practical effects. They didn't sit there and throw you with all kinds of crazy CGI battles the entire time. It had a great realistic feeling to it, which was something that a lot of superhero movies at the time were losing, because they just kept trying to do CGI. They kept trying to make it all dark and broody. But this movie was very different. It took a comic book character that was very bright, colorful, happy, and it really portrayed this character in an amazing way. And then we got to talk about the performances when it comes to J.K. Simmons. In my opinion, J.K. Simmons is one of the greatest portrayals of J. Jonah Jameson. This guy took that role and he just went with it more than any other character in this film. I really felt like he was just 100% the character. No one else will ever be able to portray J. Jonah Jameson like this ever in a million years. And then I gotta say, the way this movie was filmed was absolutely fantastic. The lighting they chose to go for, the angles that they used to film some of the scenes were absolutely fantastic. I thought it was one of the most brilliantly filmed movies of 2002. And then, if we had to talk about a little bit of the downsides, I would have to say, even though the fight on I think it was the Brooklyn Bridge? No, the Queensboro Bridge. That fight when he made him have to choose between Mary Jane and the kids. Not that it was bad, it was just, it didn't feel that great to me, because it wasn't her on the bridge in the comic book, it was Gwen Stacy. So I kind of sat there and I felt like they should have done something else with a scene for trying to save Mary Jane. I didn't really feel like that was the right thing to do, because, that was such a pivotal part in the Spider-Man comics, seeing Gwen Stacy get pulled by Spider-Man's webs and just seeing her neck break. That was a truly sad moment. One of the most probably best comic books I've ever read in my life. And then I gotta admit that the guy they got to play Uncle Ben, Cliff Robertson, he wasn't bad by any way. He wasn't a bad actor. It just felt like out of all of the performances that were happening in this movie, his was, I felt, the least believable. didn't really feel like he was the most energetic actor out of the group. But that doesn't mean he did a horrendous job. And then we got James Franco. James Franco was probably really, really great as Harry Osborn. I can say that Harry Osborn is James Franco. It was an amazing role that he was truly born to play. And out of all the actors, I think when they go to do this new Spider-Man movie in the MCU, they should definitely choose James Franco to portray Harry Osborn again, even though I think he's a little bit too old to do that, but that's alright. He was still very good, though. And one of the other great things about this movie is definitely the ending fight scene. Until this day, I feel that this movie has the greatest ending battle of all superhero movies, because it wasn't a crazy amount of special effects in there. It was just a lot of, like, you saw Spider-Man get beat the crap out of. He was completely just done for a while, but then he came out from the brink, and he just managed to beat the Green Goblin in the end. I still remember when I saw that scene where he brings down the brick wall onto the Green Goblin, and everyone in my theater just stood up and was like, holy crap, that was awesome. Everybody started clapping. Everyone was happy, because before this, we really didn't see a battle that was quite this epic. The scale of that was amazing. So definitely got to give this movie credit for nailing an amazing battle at the end. But in my opinion, at the end of the day, Spider-Man 1 is one of the reasons why that superhero movies are as popular as the way they are now. It changed the way we viewed any kind of superhero movie, because it was bright, it was colorful, and it stayed true to the comic in some respects. And at the end of the day, this movie, in my opinion, gets an A from me. Spider-Man 1 gets an A. Thank you for watching, and have a great day.